coffee. Let's do it. With an overall rating of 9.2 on IMDb, Dexter Resurrection has certainly been peak Dexter since the early seasons of the original series. We all know the fumble of Season 8's finale, and then 10 years later of the New Bloods finale. Did Resurrection just strike out with their season finale? We'll get into it. Tonight's the night.
McTuggy reviews movies and more. McTuggy reviews your mom's a wall. Hey, that's rude. McTuggy reviews.
Okay, folks. I wrote that little intro as a script part, and then I was gonna go and do like just a whole thing of notes, but I did just watch this. It's fresh in my mind. I just watched it this morning, about 5:30 this morning when I woke up. Dexter Resurrection season finale. I gotta bring it up. Let's see. Called. Where's the? There we go. Hold on. Sorry. Dexter Resurrection season finale and episode 10 called "And Justice for All." If you're a Metallica fan, but yeah, no. Here we go. So we are picking up right where we left off. Dexter is trapped in Prater's vault. So yeah, he's in there and he is trying to find a way out. He ends up getting Batista's cell phone and getting a hold of Harrison. And it's kind of a funny little scene. Gigi answers the phone because Harrison's getting down, getting lucky with her. And she makes that funny little comment that Harrison's mouth is full of me. I thought that was kind of funny. Anywho, so yeah. Anyway, he gets a hold of Harrison. He tells him, "Hey, look." Harrison kind of asks him at first, like, "Dad, why do you have Batista's phone?" And Dexter tells him, "Well, Prater killed Batista and locked me in his vault. I'm in Prater's mansion, blah blah blah." And so Harrison calls up his buddy and asks him if he's got still got that in to get in to work that Prater gala event that's going on for the police that he's doing. That we later find out was always on the day of his parents' murder. Anywho, so Dexter's going through, he's trying to figure out how to get out of there, he's getting a hold of Harrison. Dexter eventually gets through, finds this safe, and he opens this safe, and right before that, he has a little conversation. We get to see Brian Moser again. That was kind of cool. It kind of sucks because I did have that slight scene spoiled for me because apparently I guess there was a leak of this episode, and I did my 100% best to stay off the internet since last week after Rip Batista and all that. So, but yeah, anyway, it was nice to see him back again. That was pretty cool. He was just, egging him on, telling Dexter basically, dude, like, if you would just followed me, we'd been good. But, Anyway, Dexter finds these files, and it's just like Prater had said previously when he tried to offer Dexter the deal. I have extensive files on slashers everywhere, and he sure as fuck does. And Dexter is looking through these files, and one of them he sees Al's file in there. He finds Charlie's file. Funny enough, her name is Charlotte. So Charlie Brown, her name Charlotte Brown. So Charlie Brown, yeah. But then he finds the file on the New York Ripper, and yeah. So we don't get any pictures. Dexter doesn't look through it, but we do get a name, and I don't have the name off the top of my head. I can't remember it right off, but we do get a name, and so I think that's probably setting up for the possible, I believe, talked about. I'm pretty sure it's happening season 2. So Dexter finds all these, and he's like, "Oh, this is a gold mine," Anyway, Harrison works his way through the gala event. finally makes his way downstairs, gets down there, and what is it? I think does he run into Charlie? Sorry, I can't remember. I just said it was fresh in my mind too. Um, Anywho, he ends up getting down to the vault, down through the wine cellar and into the vault. And Dexter talks him down to there, and he tells him there's a key code, but we can only enter it once. You know, like Dexter, like not Dexter, but like a Prater had said previously in like the earlier episodes. And it's an 8-digit code. And Dexter has these two files. He's got the one file that's on the guy that killed Prater's parents, and there's there's like the date. I think his date of birth it was like 8 something 1934 or something like that. But then there's also an 8-digit his prisoner number that they designate you when you're in prison. And so he ends up getting he gets Harrison to start doing the first one, the date of birth. And right before he hits the last number, Dexter goes, "Stop, hold on," because then he's like, "Wait a minute, that." I think you're thinking he's like, "That's too easy, right?" And so then he looks at the prisoner number code and goes, "Hey, put this in instead." And Harrison's like, "Dude, are you sure? Because we only got one shot at this." And Dexter's like, "Yeah, trust me." And so fucking Harrison puts in the code, and sure as shit, opens up the vault. Dexter gives him a huge hug and shit. He's like, "Yes." And then so he tells Harrison to go back the way he came and get out of there. And so then this is where I believe at one point, yes, Harrison gets caught by Charlie, and she takes him prisoner. And so she calls Dexter, I think, or Dexter or something like that. Calls Harrison on the phone, and Charlie's talking to him, I think, and basically Dexter tells him, "Hey, look, like, you gotta let my kid go." Oh, this is before. Yeah, this was before. I think that was before he let him out. Yeah, that's probably before. I'm misremembering. It's been a minute. All of as of this recording, 3 hours ago, 3.5 hours ago. Anywho, but yeah. So anyway, Dexter eventually tells her, like, "Look, makes a deal. Like, you got to let Harrison go," and she says, "No, I'm gonna leave you in there." But he ends up getting her out. Harrison ends up getting Dexter out, obviously. But he tells her, "Look, he's got all this info on you." And then she goes and confronts Prater about it, and basically tells him, "Look, dude, I'm done. I quit. I'm not doing your job anymore. I know about all the stuff you have against me. Blah 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 blah. I'm out." And so she takes off. And then at that point, you get Dexter finally, getting free, and we get this really fucking cool scene as Dexter's walking out of the vault after he wipes all the prints off of everything he touched and puts everything back. He doesn't gather up the files yet, but he goes after Prater, and as he's walking out, Harry's standing there, and I believe he says, "Get that motherfucker," or "Get that fucker," or something like that. But it's fucking awesome. Like, Harry's like fucking locked in, dog. He's like, "Get him, Dexter, fuck him up." And so yeah, we get to okay. So at some point, we get to the confrontation, and going through, because at this point, like, the detectives are there at the gala too, and all that, because it's a police gala, so obviously they would be there. But we get to the confrontation, and I think we're back down in the vault, and Dexter reminds Harrison about the protection that he was talking about in the earlier episode. We finally get to see, and I had an idea of what it might be, and then I was thinking even harder, and I was like, it would make more sense if this was it. And yeah, sure as shit, it shows Dexter handing him a needle of M99, and so he Harrison pulls out the M99, and because Prater's got him with like a gun to his head and stuff, and then fucking or not Dexter, but Harrison makes the move and stabs Prater with the M99 needle and sticks it like right in his heart, dude, because he goes out instantly. I mean, they all did pretty much because Dexter knew what he was doing, and for a little guy, I'm sure it probably didn't need to be much, but it might have been even too much for that guy. Anyway, yeah, and then he ends up waking up, and he is on the table, and fucking wrapped up on the ice truck killer's deathbed, which is kind of ironic. And Dexter's got him up there, and Prater's like screaming, "Please don't help, or please don't kill me," blah blah blah. I will offer you all this money, blah 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 blah, etc. etc. And Dexter's just not having it. And he goes and finds a scalpel, and he goes to take his trophy like he normally does. But instead of taking the trophy, he he says no. And Prater kind of like, oh, gets like a little bit of relief at this point, and he's like, so you're not gonna put me in your blood slide collection? And Dexter's like, no. He's like, oh god, thank God, I knew it. Like I knew it. Like nobody could resist that amount of money. And Dexter goes, no, no, I'm going to kill you. And he's like, but you said. And then Dexter, he's like, I take trophies to remember. I don't want to remember you. And he pulls up the fucking knife and just, there's the Prater's gone. And he fucking Dexter then ties them all, gets them all neatly wrapped. It's 3 little bags. 3 little bags is all it took. And goes up the elevator and, oh, come on, how did this end? Why am I misremembering how this ended? Oh, right, okay. Right before he left, Dexter inputted a shit ton of different numbers on the code to set the alarm off. And so all the cops are at the gala, and the alarm starts going off. And all the security dudes start heading towards Prater's area, and everybody's freaking out, and they're like, it's in the penthouse. And so, like, all the cops follow all the security guards. All the cops, dude. And they all roll into Prater's freaking trophy area, and they're like, what the fuck are we looking at? And, yeah, they can't believe what they're seeing. And so, they're basically just like, what the hell? And they're looking, and then the one cop, Oliva, I believe his name is, says to Claudette, whoa, you gotta come here. And they roll over, and they see, the hook, the New York Ripper's hook. And like I said earlier, Dexter, I didn't mention earlier, but he ended up grabbing a bunch of the files and taking them with him. And then, okay, obviously, it ends, Dexter takes, Prater's yacht out, and he's out there looking, and drops Prater off like he always does. Drops him into I'm assuming it's the Hudson River, maybe it's the Atlantic Ocean. It's right there where the Statue of Liberty is. I don't know the exact geography of New York. I'm from the West Coast over here in good old dreary Oregon. And that said, yeah. I went in, obviously knowing that there was a season 2 coming. At least that's what we're hearing. As of now, as of this recording, we haven't heard anything. I mean, obviously, Original Sin, season 2 got canceled. I think I've heard, just speculating and rumors, that so they can focus more on this one. Because, I mean, this whole season, from start to finish, fucking banger. Like I said in the early intro, peak Dexter. Like, I was thoroughly impressed. I kind of want to watch it from beginning to end now again, like straight through. Because I am hoping, well, Dexter's got the files, like I said, so we're probably going to see Al come back in season 2, because now Dexter knows where he lives. So he might be going to Wisconsin. And then all the other killers on there. There were a few names. I don't remember exactly what they were. But shit's shit could be pretty good. I mean, like I said, this as of now, as of this recording, 9.2 on IMDb. The highest rated episode was a 9.8, and that was last week. Touched by an Angel, when, like I said, also we unfortunately lost, as you all know, Batista. I did like that little scene when they were going through and cleaning up the scene, or going through the scene, and they were pulling Batista's body out and dragging him out the cart, and Claudette reaches down and grabs Batista's hat and goes, "Wait, this was Captain Batista's," and she sets it on his on the body as they're taking him out of the room. We got another call from Quinn. It ended up going straight to voicemail, so I guess Desmond Harrington got his little money for that episode. So he might be coming in now, because now he's still wondering why the hell is Angel in New York and why is he not responding. So I'm feeling like it's gonna be, we might see some more Joey Quinn next season. All things going good, that we end up getting that season. Thankfully, hopefully we do. That would be fucking awesome. Yeah, overall I enjoyed this season. The season finale was great. Again, I said I went in looking forward, knowing that with the knowledge that we have a season 2 coming, so I wasn't too hard on this finale. I don't think I was very hard on it at all. Overall, there wasn't too much that I didn't dislike at all. So again, I had a feeling we were, because there's been so much speculation and talk about the New York Ripper and who the New York Ripper is, and I had a feeling we weren't going to get either anything, or if it was anything, it would be probably a name like we got, and it would just be some name. So there's possible casting decisions for who could be New York Ripper, because then again, we still don't know what or who he looks like, because Dexter didn't open that file, which I thought was, for a second I was like, oh, he's going to open it, he's got to open it, but nope, they kept that for season 2. What are your thoughts on Dexter Resurrection overall, the season, this finale? What was your favorite episode, favorite parts? I think this was just, again, peak Dexter. The acting was great. I was very happy to see David Zayas come back as Angel Batista. I was very sad to see him go. But unfortunately, that's what happens to, it seems like everybody Dexter loves. And yeah, man, what a ride. What a ride. I hope it goes well, and we're gonna see what the rating for this episode is. I'm gonna try to drop this episode quick. It's only I'm only recording like 20 minutes, so this is gonna be less than a 20-minute episode. So yeah, let me know what your comments, what your thoughts are down below, and like, share, subscribe, and thank you for watching another episode of McTuggy Reviews. Yeah, Dexter Season 2, Dexter Resurrection Season 2. Let's go. Peace out, guys.
McTuggy Reviews, movies and more. McTuggy Reviews, your mom's a world. Hey, that's rude. McTuggy Reviews.